Hello everyone, this is Skari, your host of SkaredCast. This is a video response to 40k Scribe on his video of Dark Eldar HQs. I have a couple of different varying opinions that I would like to share with you, the community. So sit with me for the next couple of minutes as we discuss them. So let's start with the fact that I feel that there are three different types of HQs for a Dark Eldar army, or for any army in that matter. You have the buffers, you have the tankers, and you have the supporters. So let's start with the Archon, because 40k Scribed started with an Archon. An Archon can be kitted out to be to play a variety of different roles in an army. I feel that the Dark Eldar HQ isn't just to hide and try and stay alive to deny a warlord point. And I feel in the Archon you get a lot of key things that work for an HQ, both offensively and defensively. The Shadow Field for an Archon, I believe, is a must-take. Yes, I agree with that. The 2+ invulnerable save is fantastic. The Venom Blade as well. But that is a generic killy character. 6 to 7 attacks that wound on 2s in close combat is tough for any opponent to really sort out. Or to, whether it's a monstrous creature, whether it's a 2+ armor save character. A lot of armor saves means some will be failed eventually. Now, for a character like this, you can either run them as a support unit when you're looking at things like incubi, or putting them in a unit of witches or something like that. Another way that I have seen an Archon play, but I haven't actually physically played, is the Huskon, which is a character killer Archon with the little thingy that sucks in people's souls. I don't even remember the name of the thing. And a Husk Blade, so that as soon as they kill a character or monstrous creature, he can double his strength with an AP2 weapon. The loadout is a little bit more expensive, but if you get him ramped up and get him into combat with characters or monstrous creatures early in the game, towards the end of the game, he can be wiping out entire units by himself, being strength 6 or strength 10, depending on how many characters he has killed. Now, the Homunculus is also one of the characters that 40k Scribe described. See what I did there? And I believe that it's one of the more... For the way you described it, yes, I would use a Homunculus that way. Sit back and not get killed. The pain token can be quite useful, especially when trying to give Furious Charge to a unit that already has a pain token, or to give a pain token to larger units like units of witches or warriors that are stuffed into raiders in case the vehicle explodes. As for war gear, I am a big fan of the Crucible of Malediction and the Liquefy gun, because Liquefy guns are awesome. Then you went into the special characters. You spoke of 3 special characters: the Vect, the Duke, and the Baron. With Vect, I have been using Vect for about 15 games, ranging from 1500 to 2000 points. Yes, he is a horrible point sink at almost the cost of a Land Raider in points. But the ability to alpha strike your enemy and roll that seize on a 4+ after you've deployed to counter your enemy is all but really, really good. If you roll that 4+ and you can alpha strike properly, and your opponent was not prepared for that, they are going to feel the pain of the Dark Eldar for the first 1 or 2 turns, especially if it's Night Fight and you can hit them while mitigating damage to yourself. The Duke, I have only used him once or twice, but the best way to use him is not necessarily for his gimmick of deep striking. For the 3+ poison in a large 20-man unit of warrior Cabalites with splinter cannons, and with the rest of the army built up of witches, reavers, and hellions, so they can get the best pick from his combat drugs. This is what I think. The Baron is also not too bad. He's quite good. He's definitely the buff, like, specialist kind. A lot of Eldar players use him as an ally for hit and run, for the ability to get +1 to go first. For his points, the Baron is bar none one of the best characters in the game, rivaled by Kotias himself. I wanted to include one character, and that is Urien Rakarth, the Master Homunculus. I used him for over 20 games over the course of last year during the Path of Urien Rakarth, the Carnival of Pain, 20-game series that I played. And I found him to be an absolute beast. He's very expensive, about 50 points cheaper than Vect. But he adds a lot to a specific Coven style list. His clone field and toughness 5 make him really hard to kill, even against some of the tougher characters in the game, especially in challenges. And his ability to buff grotesque, so they're one of the best tank units in the Dark Eldar army, as well as give pain tokens to other Coven units in the army, really creates a core of highly tough, very killy units that is not regularly seen in a Dark Eldar army. All in all, this is what I would like to add, and I think that Dark Eldar HQs really add a lot to the way that you play the Dark Eldar army specifically. It's also important to note that you should roll on a warlord trait that you feel would be the best for you. Personally, I like the command traits because I find they give you the best of the options that you can use no matter what you roll, regardless of the opponent or mission that you are playing, with very few that are completely useless. So what do you think? Thanks a lot for watching. This is Skari,